Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, people. Hello and welcome. I am Footy Judge Mo. There is breaking news, but it is not actually breaking news. Trent Alexander-Arnold, as you can see, it's now confirmed that he's going to join Real Madrid. As a lot of people knew already that he's joining Real Madrid, everyone was preparing themselves. Liverpool fans already prepared and knew that he's leaving to join Real Madrid. But big up everybody that is here. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the latest news and update. Jadon Sancho, sources claim that it is denied that he's going to go back to Man United. He wants a chance at Chelsea, or he wants to be sold away from England. There are a lot of other talks as well. But also I wanted to speak to you, everyone. We'll talk about, do Arsenal get many excuses? We did a show yesterday, the National League. If you haven't watched that, it was kind of a fiery show. It was absolutely great discussion, great debate. That was yesterday. And a lot of people criticized me and said that, Mo, you guys give Arsenal too many excuses. And you guys are very harsh on Liverpool. We were talking about the expectations. And what about Manchester City? Are you giving Manchester City a leeway? Why is Manchester City not getting the same harsh treatment? And Chelsea, why nobody's giving Chelsea context in terms of like the injuries? Why the injuries only are given as excuses to Arsenal? But we'll talk about that as well. But before we go on, if you're watching this now, hit that like button. And if you're watching this on the replay, like the video. It helps the channel. Let's get the likes up. Support the channel. If you're new as well, subscribe to the channel as well. And I want to hear your opinion. The reason why this Trent news is important, and guys, everyone in the chat now, we have over 150 people or something like this in the chat. Can we get where everyone is tuning in from, number one? And if like the video first and let me know, where are you tuning in from? I don't think I need this. I'm talking to myself. Why do I need this? Do I need this? I don't think I need this. But listen. We'll talk about it. Let me know, guys. Hamad, ya habibi, big up Ahl Qatar. When I'm gonna visit Qatar, ya akhi? What the? Well, you're not behind me, broski. You're not behind me. There's nothing behind me, bro. Saka is not one of the people now that are. There are behind me some of the greats of the Premier League: the Drogbas, the Rooneys, the Henrys, the Agueros, the Alan Shearer. There is the Gerrard. Like, come on now. Good morning, everyone. Footy fraud Mo, as Abraham is saying. There are, by the way, there are other people that wanted some other things to talk about, but we'll come to that later. But we'll start right away, of course, with the news, of course, with the news that Trent has joined. Why is that important though? Why is that important? I'm going to tell you why is that important. The reason why this is very important, even Ben Jacob, by the way, has tweeted about it that Real Madrid, Trent has joined Real Madrid. Why is that important? Number one, there is no rage from Liverpool fans. They're not upset about Trent. Trent has already made up his mind. This is old news that he's going to join. It was just waiting to be confirmed. However, this plays a big factor in Mohamed Salah and Van Dijk's story. Everyone knew that Trent is going. But now, there are a lot of people that kept saying that Mohamed Salah and Van Dijk renewal is not to be announced because they don't want the backlash on Trent as well. So now that Trent is kind of officially, or you want to say he's already gone to Real Madrid, as everyone is saying, now we're waiting for Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk. If the news are correct and they have already or tried to agree terms and they didn't want to announce it and they were waiting for April. April is 5 days away. So now we're waiting for Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah to announce. Because I don't think that if they aren't going to announce it soon, Mohamed Salah and Van Dijk are going to be signing for someone else. And I have absolutely explained this plenty of times before. Why do I think that it doesn't work like they're going to wait until the end of the season for them to sign for another club? I explained to the people, and it is a very simple question, and it's a very simple answer. Mohamed Salah, basically, and Virgil van Dijk will not leave their future hanging until the end of the season. In case of injuries, they must have had talks with other clubs as well. I don't know what the clubs are, but they must have had talks with other clubs. So it's either they signed already for Liverpool, or they agreed terms with Liverpool, or they already agreed terms with someone else. It's a very simple. I explained to you why. These people will not. I have a feeling that there is something that has been agreed in the background. I am not in the know though. But I have a feeling that they already agreed something on in the background. Something has been agreed. The thing about it is that Salah, though, do you think that Salah's market is bigger than Van Dijk? I actually think it's the other way around. And I want people to answer this for me. Big up everybody. Tyler, as Tyler says, yani, when are you going to like and subscribe? And we have almost 200 people here. I'm just starting the show. It's a solo show. You know, solo shows, 200 likes. So like the video. Like the video. Why am I waffling? Why? So I'm saying that Van Dijk has a bigger market than Mohamed Salah. And the reason why, because center backs have longer age on the pitch than forwards and strikers. Normally, that is logically speaking. There are plenty of teams. And also, I'm not sure if Virgil van Dijk is asking for the same money as Mohamed Salah. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if Virgil van Dijk is asking for the same money as Mohamed Salah. I don't know. But the reports are saying that Mohamed Salah is asking for more. Yes, but you talk about commercial, okay? But let me tell you something. In the football terms, Virgil van Dijk can stay on the pitch longer than Mohamed Salah. Do you agree or you disagree? Do you agree or you disagree? I think that Mohamed Salah, yes, he can play very well. But let me give you, Barcelona can sign Van Dijk. Paris Saint-Germain can sign Van Dijk. Even Bayern Munich can sign Van Dijk. But Mohamed Salah, tell me I want you, everyone that disagrees with me, I want you just to type the clubs that you think realistically can sign Mohamed Salah next season? You tell me. You tell me next season, which clubs do you think Mohamed Salah can sign for? So it's only the Saudis though. So that's why I'm saying, if he doesn't want to, what if he doesn't want to go to Saudi? And it looks like he wants to stay in Europe. By the way, there are other news. PSG, they have Desiree Doué, they have Barcola, they have Kvaratskhelia, they have Osman Dembele. Where is he going to play? They want to develop these people. So I'm not sure if he suits. If he suits, I can't put, where do I put this, bro? I put it here again. Bayern, maybe Bayern. Like Michael Olise has been absolutely fantastic and amazing. But PSG would not make space for him. I disagree with you. I don't think that PSG would make space for him. To be honest with you, I doubt it. It's just me. I doubt it. That PSG would make space for him, right? That's why I have a feeling that Mohamed Salah will budge at the end and will sign. There are news yesterday that I'm trying to bring up. There are news yesterday. There are news that I saw yesterday. I don't want to play any videos. There are news yesterday that said that Salah. Let me do this. There are news yesterday that said that Salah actually. Okay. You go. Yeah, there are news yesterday that Salah is very close to sign a new contract, but that is from a Spanish newspaper. Is it true? But genuinely, that's just me. That's just Mo's opinion, to be honest. That is Mo's opinion, that I think that Salah will have to stick to Liverpool, because I'm not sure if Barcelona are going to sign him. Barcelona slapped 120 million euros price tag. This is so annoying. Why I can't, like, they slapped 100. See, Tyler, tell them. How are we not on 100 likes and we have over 230 people? Can we get the likes to 200? Hit the like button. That's a very good question. Mo, has Liverpool treated Salah with respect? I actually want to tell you guys something, to be honest with you. All that rage that is from Hussam, that is from Tom Little, that is from a lot of Liverpool people, if you sit down and actually think about it, seriously, if you sit down and have a think about it, I actually, because we don't know how much Salah wants, because we don't know how much Salah wants and what's the length of the contract he wants, we can't just say that Liverpool mistreated Salah. Listen, I'm Egyptian, and I'm telling you honestly. Can you imagine? Okay, let me tell you guys something. Yes, Salah is on top of his game. But even when Kevin De Bruyne last season, I know Kevin De Bruyne had injuries. When Kevin De Bruyne was on top of his game, Man City gave him 1 year. Some clubs just think commercially. You know what I mean? Some clubs just think commercially. How much? I want everyone to tell me in the chat right now. We have 250 people in the chat. I want everyone to type 2 words. I want you to type, for example, 3 years, 500K, 2 years, 350K. We all know what the wages are around in the world. Right? We all know what is going on. I want you to type 2 words. In my opinion, at the current moment, Mohamed Salah deserves 300K 2 years. 3 years, 400K. Wallahi, people are crazy. 3 years, 2 years, 400K. Okay, that's fair. 2 years, 400K, that's fair. 3 years, 350K, that's very fair. 3 years, 500K, that's absolutely crazy. You're crazy. Without a shadow of a doubt. 2 years, 450K, I think that's too much. But yeah, I agree. 2 years, 3 years, 500K to sell to Saudi for 100 million. You think the Saudis are idiots. Again, Anon, you're treating the Saudis as they are idiots. No, they aren't idiots. So that won't happen. 2 years, 300, all right. Okay. That is fair from you. 2 years, 350K. Anyone that is saying 3 years, anyone that is saying 3 years, 350K, I wanted to ask you guys something, right? If you think Salah, I'm gonna ask you something. It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question. I don't think that Salah will keep up the same level for 3 more years. I believe Salah next year can have a very good season. If they get him a striker, Salah will put in. I'm telling you that Salah next season for Liverpool will put in at least a 30 GA. At least a 30 GA next season. But the season after, people have to understand that age plays a massive factor. Age plays a massive factor. What about the year after? Well, Liverpool also have to move on at some point and get a replacement. And if you have a player that is on 350K, you're not going to get someone to start for them. They have to start because you pay them a lot of money. You get my point? I hope that people understand this so much, because if, for example, if Kevin De Bruyne, if Kevin De Bruyne signed a 3-year deal for 300K, he has to be a starter. He cannot be just a squad player. And also, in the same time, Liverpool are different than Manchester City. Liverpool are not going to have someone. They aren't known. FSG, they aren't known for this. You get my point? They aren't known for having someone on that much wage on the bench. That's why Jordan Henderson, when he stayed, he played. Because you're not going to sign a replacement for him unless you sign someone that is going to stay in a year on the bench or something. In a year. So that's why 2 years, you have to sign a right winger that will be embedded in the squad within a year. Right? Within a year or something. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people in the world that could have been signed, that can be signed. There are wingers that can be signed to replace Mohamed Salah. Are you going to replace Mohamed Salah as numbers? No, you aren't. But you can replace Mohamed Salah as performances. You can get someone that will get you something closer. And now you can go and target a striker. So basically, Liverpool front line this season, if I'm not mistaken, has won the league with all of them combined about 44 GA, 11, 13. I don't know how much Darwin Núñez. About like they all got like 30 GA. So 54 GA. If you get a striker, if you get a right winger and you keep the rest of them, you can easily replace these 30 GA. You can easily this 70 GA. You can get a striker and a right winger and they will contribute the same as what Mohamed Salah has contributed to Liverpool this season. You can get a striker that will get you 20-something goals, and you can get a winger that will get you 15 goals. Here you go, bang, that's 40 goals for you, plus the assists. Now that is something I was talking about. I was speaking about. If Mohamed Salah stays for 2 more years, they need to get a striker so he can actually, every time he crosses the ball, that striker has to be in the right place in the right area. Because him now playing with Jota, who's injured all the time, him playing with Darwin Núñez is something that is not great. But I wanted to actually speak about something else because of the Trent news. Do we think Trent leaving affects Salah performances? Because a lot of people have said that Trent has helped him. I actually don't think that Trent has helped him massively this year. There are some games, of course, that Mohamed Salah has been helped by Trent Alexander-Arnold. But I have seen most of the games, Mohamed Salah has not been helped with a lot of overlaps by Trent. Also, when Trent was out and Conor Bradley was playing, Mohamed Salah was still putting in very, very good performances. Correct? Very good performances. So, but the other problem that Liverpool will face is that, but Ahmed, are you watching Liverpool, Trent and Mohamed Salah playing on the same side? Not this season. I agree with Tina Murphy. Not this season. I agree with you. I agree with you. That them guys. Before we go on and continue, there's 300 people here. We need 200 likes minimum to help the show to get more people. 200 likes. Now hit that like button underneath your live chat. You're being short-sighted. Why am I being short-sighted? Why am I being short-sighted? Why do you think I'm being short-sighted? I actually think that Liverpool have to keep Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk. But I don't think Salah should sign a long-term contract with Liverpool. But if Liverpool, by the way, there are news about Alexander Isak, for example. There are news about Alexander Isak that he prefers to move to Zubamendi. Arsenal are very advanced in their pursuit of Real Sociedad. Martin Zubamendi are remaining to beat Real Madrid and Liverpool this season. That's a little rubbish, but maybe. I believe that Arsenal did very, very good with Zubamendi. If they can beat Real Madrid, the problem is it's very hard to beat Real Madrid if they want a player. There is another news about Isak as well that I read earlier about Isak preferring a move to Liverpool if Newcastle don't make Champions League. Yeah, this one is actually from Spain as well, that Alexander Isak preferred a move to Liverpool if they make a move for him. However, yeah, that is. We'll talk about Arsenal. I wanted to speak. There is going to be a section about Arsenal reacting to the National League yesterday, because a lot of people accused me of giving Arsenal too many excuses, and we're going to talk about that as well. But the reason why, here is the reason why people, a lot of people actually don't like me talking about Isak leaving Newcastle, which is, I don't want to see Isak leaving Newcastle. However, everyone is talking about that, Mama Flossie, and I'm just gonna, even if everyone is talking about it, I'm big up to you and all the Georgies and all the people. The problem with this, Mama Flossie, is that if Newcastle don't make Champions League, if they don't make Champions League, that by itself, Isak himself said that he wants to play Champions League football. Right? He wants to play Champions League football. And if he plays Champions League and he wants to play Champions League football and Newcastle don't play, and I want you, Ma Flossie, to explain this to me. If Newcastle don't make Champions League football, why would Isak stay at Newcastle? There is a possibility that he stays. But unless Newcastle go big in the summer and target to challenge the league, that's another year of him chasing Champions League football. So he would prefer a move to a club that will play Champions League. Am I wrong to say that? The reason why I'm saying this is that I think that if Liverpool sell Darwin Núñez, you remember that Liverpool already bet a lot of money for Caicedo. So Liverpool can raise the money to sign Alexander Isak. Why not? Right? Why not? Why not? And that is the thing. He signs with us, we were near relegation. But players change, Mama Flossie, like. Players' mind change. Alexander Isak now is someone who was sold on a project and everything. But if you miss back-to-back years on the Champions League, his head might be twisted. His head might be wanting to go somewhere else where they play Champions League football. But that is for another day. That's just a hypothetical, because there are other strikers out there. There are other strikers out there that Liverpool can sign. It doesn't have, by the way, for some whatever reason lately, and I wanted to ask you guys this. For some whatever reason, we are so hung up, all of us as fans. Okay. Can you send me that on Instagram or Twitter? that he's not gonna be sold, so we can move on, right? That we can move on. But I want you to understand. I was gonna ask a question. I was gonna ask a question, and I forgot the question, Mama Flossie. I was gonna ask a question. I forgot the question. Shit. Anyway, do we think Liverpool will keep up the same intensity next season? Do we think Liverpool will keep the same intensity next season? I actually don't think so. It is very hard unless they go big and they sign a striker and they sign a left winger that is competent now, and they keep Van Dijk. Very important to keep Virgil van Dijk, by the way. It is super important to keep Virgil van Dijk. يا أخي. لا إله إلا الله. الحمد لله. Big up Ashraf Ahmed, of course, all the way Ahl al-Imarat from Emirates, supporting the channel, dropping the 50 piece from Emirates. Big up Habibi. Big up Judge Mo Habibi. كل عام وانتم بخير. كل عام وانتم بخير. And big up everyone that lives in Emirates, of course. Thank you so much. W is from to the chat. Big up my man for supporting the channel. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and sending the 50 piece. Appreciate you so much, my man. Really appreciate you so much for this. A lot of people, and I wanted to just before we go on, guys, there is 350 people here. We need to get to 200 likes at least on this stream. 200 likes is the minimum, so hit that like button. It helps the channel, helps the exposure of the channel as well. E-Ink, I already had one. Everyone in the chat called in. Everyone called in. You missed it. You missed it. You literally missed it, my man. We had a panel of 9 callers on the same screen. And listen to Ashraf. He's telling you to hit that like button. 200 likes in the next 5 minutes. In the next 5 minutes, hit that like button. Big up everyone. Mo, you are wrong again. And inshallah, we will win the league and the Champions League next summer without Trent, Nunes, Diaz, Chiesa, Tsimikas, Indo, and Elliott. We'll see how it goes about. Alisson is not going to leave, but if Mamardashvili is coming in, maybe Alisson will leave, but we'll see how it goes. You know what? You know what the problem with this? Always an Arsenal fan. You know what the problem with Arsenal fans are? With Olo. Some of the Arsenal fans. And I know that Olo is joking, right? But this is just a good joke. Always a good joke. It's inshallah Pep will leave so we can win the league. Oh, Pep fell off. Inshallah Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp will leave so we'll win the league. Oh, Jurgen Klopp left. Inshallah Salah and Van Dijk will leave so we can win the league. Literally what you say. Tom, calm down, ya Khawaga. Calm down, my friend. You already knew this. There is no point of raging. There is no point of ranting. You already knew this, that he's leaving, right? You already knew this. You don't need to rage. You don't need to be upset. There is no need for you to do that. Roski, it's already old news. It is not new. So you don't need to. Yes, Arsenal are perfect scenario FC. Mama, Kevin, the problem is, I know that Olo is joking, but some people think like this, and I don't like that way of thinking, to be honest. But listen, like everyone, like it has to be a perfect scenario, but he's done what he said he wouldn't. The fucking little shit went behind the club's back and signed the deal anyways. The fucking but let me ask you something, Tom. Why are you blaming Trent if Liverpool didn't give... Did Liverpool give him a contract last summer or last year? Did Liverpool give him a contract last year, Tom? Ornstein Bomba. Hold on. Ornstein Bomba. His new Bomba. Bomba. Damn. Let's see. David Ornstein. Ornstein Bomba. Yeah, this is old. This is not even. This is not even new, bro. This is not even new. This is not a Bomba. He didn't go behind the club's back, bro. Everyone knew that he was going to Real Madrid, and Liverpool just failed to secure his signings for another thing. Virgil van Dijk, Salah, Trent all leave and Pool drop out of the top four. Perfect scenario FC. Arsenal fans, Tevin, I'm telling you, Tevin, here you go. Arsenal, holy shit, we offered him 310K a week and he wanted to go to Real Madrid. Tom, خلاص, he wanted to leave your club, يعني. But I get it. You call him a rat. If that happens at my club, I'll call him a rat as well. I'll call that player a rat as well. So I get why you're upset. But Bermuda Gunner, do you want the perfect scenario FC? Do you want everyone to leave so you can win the league? Oh, let Virgil leave. Salah leave. Trent leave. Liverpool drop out. So Arsenal can win the league. Allah, have some shame. Bradley's bigger than Trent. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if Bradley is bigger than Trent. We'll see what happens if Bradley is bigger than Trent. 300K for a right back is, you know what? You know what, Tom? I'm so intrigued to know how much he's going to get paid at Real Madrid. And for the people that think that Frimpong can replace Trent, but also there are other right backs. I saw him on the thumbnail and I thought I forgot to show up for something. Habibi, no. I'm going to tell you, Staffy, people didn't like what we said yesterday, that we gave Arsenal excuses and we spoke about the injuries, blah, 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 and all this stuff. Nobody liked what we said, and they said we give, and people said that we were so harsh on Liverpool. We are so harsh on Liverpool, and they didn't like what we said. No, you're not. You're not going to say Seamus Coleman is bigger than him, than Trent. Have some shame. Tom Little lost it, people. Tom Little lost it. Tom Little lost it, people. Oh, my God. When we said about the context, the injuries, and if Salah was injured and Liverpool were injured and all of this stuff. So you get my point when we did the scenarios. Coleman has respect and loyalty for the fans. Like Seamus Coleman is a real captain for Everton. Seamus Coleman is I actually always liked Seamus Coleman. Honest. Denzel here is saying we have Arteta Mo. All we have is inshallah. I'm gonna talk about this as well. Yeah, I agree. Why you're raging? You want the link? Instead of you raging in the chat, do you want the link? Text me if you want the link then. Why are you raging in the chat? Do you want the link, Tom? Why are you raging in the chat? But you are on Osam's channel later. So go on, rage. Like you're going to rage on Osam's channel. Go rage on Osam's channel. Right? Oh, it's okay. Adi. No, it's a problem. Go rage on Osam's channel. Yeah, Adi, it's just messages. This is all my business thing. And عادي, there's no problem. I will send Tom the link. عادي. My WhatsApp. There's nothing on my WhatsApp. Just enter قهوة. Just Why Tom want? You are on Ossam's channel. You are on Ossam's channel. Adi. It's okay. Just stay in Osam, to be honest. I'm not going to send you the link, Tom, out of respect to Osam, because I know you are on Osam's channel. To be honest with you, Tom. And I want to respect Osam as well. Like, because I know that you are later with Osam on his channel. So I don't want you to be honest. All right. Okay. خلاص, I'm going to send you the link. خلاص. There you go. There you go. But do we think that Liverpool, like, listen, or Salah, guys, can we get to 200 likes? There are some super chats to be done, to be honest with you. Big up everyone supporting the channel as well. If Virgil van Dijk and Salah stay, then I'm okay. Me, like, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I just know I'm really okay if both VVD and Salah stay and Trent leaves. That is not a big deal at all. We'll do another call-in show, Donna. We'll do another call-in show. He's actually joined. He's fucking joined. Here you go. Here you go. He's here. Guys, can we get the likes up before Tom speaks? It's over 400 people in the house. Can we get the likes up? Let me do the super chats. Big up Haji's New as well. I will be okay with this Haji's New, to be honest. Guys, 200 likes minimum. Mr. Mo, can you send me the link to meet Mr. Tom? No, I'm just wait for the call-in show. And then we'll see. I don't understand why you're so upset. Wallahi, by the way, I'm not rage baiting. I don't know why you're so... You knew this. We spoke about this in January. Why are you upset? And you already did your rant. Sam already did the rant. Like, why some of the Liverpool fans are upset? It's already done. You knew it was done.
Because he's a little rat bastard who's tried to shape the media. He's tried to shape the media in the last week because he knew he was signing that deal. Because everything he said he wouldn't do out of respect for the football club, he's done. I'm not going to let this be played out in the public. I know more about his fucking contract situation and his demands and his shit than any of the other players. I don't know anything about Salah's. I don't know anything about Van Dijk's. I know it all about Trent. But Trent was the one who said, I don't want it played out in the public. I've got too much respect for this football club. On New Year's Day, he was peddling stories about going to Real Madrid. Honestly, they've been working on this for 2 fucking years. 2 years he's had this plan. He's had this plan for longer than that. 4 years, 2021. Everyone else is getting 5-year, 6-year extensions. Alisson, Fabinho, Van Dijk, Robertson, even fucking Henderson. We get to Trent. Oh, no, he only wants 4. He's got here by design. He's fucked the club over time and time again in this negotiation. Just 4 days ago, stories were coming out that that we're working on a new deal for him, that he wants to stay, that he's impressed by the club this season. And now I'm getting told, oh, no. Since January, it's been done. Since January, it's been done. He's been working on this since January. It's been done. Fuck him. Fuck him. Honestly,
you think he was playing the club, like the fans and everyone? Oh, so why now then? Okay, hold on. Why now? Why today?
He doesn't want this to come out today. He doesn't want this to come out today. He wants it to come out at the end of the season because
after
he knows
the parade, after the medal, after
will happen. He knows what will happen.
He's not going to attend he's not going to attend the parade, huh? He's not going to attend the...
I'm glad. Connor Bradley is my right back. Get
he's
James Milner back. I'll have James Milner. Brilliant corner kick taken by James Milner against Barca.
You're local. Is it the same feeling locally from a lot of people locally?
From most of the people I speak with, yeah.
Really? Your friends, the people around you, do you think the same? Do you think he's a rat? Do you think he doesn't deserve the stature at Liverpool and all this stuff?
He won't have the stature. He won't have the stature. The moment he goes, people say, oh, he'll be a legend at the football. No, he won't. No, he won't.
Jack is from Liverpool as well, and I think Jack agrees completely with you.
He can go fuck himself. That's what he can
All
do.
of this because a player left.
It's not a player. It's not, he's just left. It's the manner of doing it. It's the position that he's in. I understand. But by the way, I will never be like this. If I'm happy for Scouse wants to go. If at any point Curtis Jones wanted to leave Liverpool, will I be a bit disappointed? Yes, but but I wouldn't stand in his way.
You'll be all right.
But the issue is the way Trent Alexander-Arnold has engineered and manufactured this to fuck over the club, while simultaneously trying to play the fans like we're fucking stupid, trying to lead us on, doing everything for a selfish point of view. You are. It's a pressure that is probably unfair to be the scout on the team.
Are you 100% sure that you offered him the contract he wants?
I am 100% sure we offered him over 300k a week.
So, okay, let me ask you. I'm gonna raise a question here that it's a real conversation. You can have this conversation with Hussam and everyone. I don't think that Trent has been used to his best ability this season, and I genuinely think that is something that made up his mind.
I'll boo fucking who? When we used to see your best ability, we built the team around him for 2 fucking seasons, and we finished fifth and third.
Don't be emotional. Just let me explain. Trent now is an offensive right back. Arne Slot is not someone who used him in the right manner, and we all agreed to this because he relies so much on other pieces in the team. So for me, I think this season has made up his mind. I don't have a future. By the way, Trent is not even in the conversation this season about being one of the best players at Liverpool. There is Salah, there is Alisson, there is Gravenberch, there is McAllister, there is Van Dijk, there is Konate ahead of him. For the last 4 years, Trent has always been one of the shining stars at Liverpool, one of the most spoken about players. So maybe, and I'm not playing devil's advocate. I think this is what happened. He looked at this and said, I am not going to shine here. My value is going to keep going down. If this coach who is going to win the league is going to stay for a long time because he's a great coach, my value is going to keep going down. So it's better for me to leave now and go to a more offensive team. And he was convinced by Real Madrid using him in the right of his abilities. That's the reality.
What are we on about? More offensive team? We're the highest scorers in the fucking Premier League.
He is not part of the offensive team. He isn't contributing more. He's been used defensively.
Arne Slot's job as Liverpool manager is to build a team that wins games for Liverpool.
And Trent is Trent as a player. He is someone who's good.
Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time he has a little look in the fucking mirror then. Because when Jurgen Klopp spent the last 2 years, of his Liverpool career building systems around Trent Alexander-Arnold, putting him in the positions that Trent Alexander-Arnold
and he was loyal. He wasn't loyal. Maybe he's not good enough. So maybe he's not. Maybe you guys is better without him then.
I mean, all I'll say is our best performance this season against Real Madrid at home, he wasn't playing right back, was he?
Exactly. Okay. So see, here is the point. You guys think that you're thinking about it from a Liverpool point of view. You're a Liverpool fan. I am thinking about it from a neutral point of view. Trent is an offensive right back. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Trent was not used to best of his ability this season. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
So he thought about it and said, I have to go. I have to go.
What a fucking flawed way of viewing it. He's so selfish that fuck the team success. Fuck the fact that the manager's got me a league title. I want to leave because I didn't get 10 assists this season. We put him in positions to get assists. He's just fucked them. Do you know how shit his corners are this season?
Not good. It's either he's not good or he was not used to his best ability.
It's a mixture of both because there's been games where we've tried to use him. Manchester United at home this season, we tried to put Trent in an attacking position. He was wank. Put him in a defensive position. He was wank. Fulham at home this season. He was wank. There has been too many games this season where Trent Alexander-Arnold has not stepped up for Liverpool Football Club. And even when he has, West Ham at home, West Ham away, I mean, he didn't really step up. He scored the fucking 4th goal on a 5-0 win. Whoop de fucking do. What will we ever do without you?
Okay, so why are you upset?
He told the fans to shut up. Because it's a matter of principle and respect, Mo. Loyalty and respect is a two-way street. And Trent Alexander-Arnold has fucking shoved it right in our faces. Right in the faces of his people who, for every single moment of his Liverpool career, he said, this means more. nothing. This is the pinnacle. This is where he
It's
wants
no
to be.
talk.
And
It's
then
no
at the
talk.
start of this fucking year, everything twisted because he had his head turned by a fucking 21-year-old rum lad. And he got dreams of living in Madrid and dreams of being this fantastic player at Madrid. I've watched Trent every single year of his career. I've stood by Trent every single year of his career. Trent would never get the fucking love
You did.
that
You
he,
did.
at
You
Madrid
did.
that he would have got from that he's had from Liverpool fans before.
He's
the
never.
season.
He's not gonna be a superstar for Liverpool.
Gonna fucking if Trent drops a performance against Barcelona like he did against Manchester United this season,
He's gonna get slaughtered in the.
Oh my god! Remember when they wouldn't let Bale's car out the stadium?
Well, they would Carvajal a couple of times.
Honest to God, he doesn't know what he thinks he's.
Do you think will be successful?
Still,
okay. I don't want to be like. Will Trent be successful at Real Madrid? Genuinely curious. You hope not, or you think? I want to ask you what you think, not what you hope.
I don't think he'll be as successful as he thinks he will be. I wouldn't be shocked if at points he's dropped for Valverde at right back, or Danny Carvajal comes back in and plays at right back. And oh my god, if they play him in centre mid, they're gonna have their eyes are gonna be fucking open that he can't play that position. Oh, it's gonna be hilarious watching him try and play centre mid at Real Madrid, getting pressed in the Champions League. He can't. He doesn't have the motion. He doesn't scan. He can't play centre mid.
So now you're slagging him off as a football player.
I'm just saying the same things I've said when he was a Liverpool player. He can't play centre mid. But Liverpool, for the last 2 years of Jurgen Klopp, built a system which put him in those positions because we wanted to maximise him and make him happy, and we didn't get the success. We go back to building the system around the actual key players in the team, Mohamed Salah, and we win shit. And then he throws his toys out the pram, and he goes, "Oh, I'm not very happy."
Yeah, he's not happy.
No,
yes, of course.
No interview.
He's selfish. He's selfish.
No interview at all this season. No interview at all. He's the vice captain. He is the vice captain. That comes with a level of responsibility for the football club. That comes with a level of stature at the football club. And he's been horrendous at that role. He is not a leader. He doesn't lead on the pitch. He doesn't lead by example.
He's not a leader.
No post-match interviews. All he's done this entire fucking 2 seasons whilst he's been the vice captain of the football club is flirt with Real fucking Madrid. That's all he's done. Do you understand, Mo? Do you understand why I'm so?
I do understand. If that happens to my club, I'll be upset about a player like this. However,
we used to wheel out James Milner when that fucking what was it called Super League happened. We wheeled out James Milner after we drew 1-1 with Leeds, and he was getting fucking barraged by the questions, barraged by the shit, getting shit thrown at him for stuff he didn't do, and yet he dealt with it like a vice captain should. Trent Alexander-Arnold's last interview was probably March last year, March 2024, which was the season before this one. He has not done a single post-match interview this season because he cannot handle the pressure, because he wanted to get swept under the carpet, that he's leaving like a little rat. But it's not going to happen. Whoever leaked this story, I'm glad, because it's going to make people realise in the ground. People are finally going to accept it in the ground. And if he thinks he's getting a farewell the way Stevie G got, where everyone's applauding him and celebrating his legacy at the football club, he's got another fucking thing coming. He will get booed to fuck. He will be harassed to fuck in that ground. No one will celebrate him. You're on mute.
Let me do a couple of these super chats and let you go, because of I know you're on Osam's channel later. Trent has played this out since early last year. Started the season, did converted interview with Mirror on his charity work. If goes, he goes, but the ball stinks. Listen, I get your point. All we got to do
is look at the difference in interviews from 2 years ago to now. 2 years ago, the pinnacle of his what he wanted to achieve was win the Champions League with Liverpool, win the Premier League, and make Liverpool a dynasty and become the captain. At the start of this year, he got asked the same questions. Became win the Ballon d'Or, play at the top level of European football. It all became the stuff, the typical Madrid PR drivel that they give you. The man is delusional if he thinks he's winning a fucking Ballon d'Or from right back, by the way.
He won everything at Liverpool. He has to go at some point. I don't know. Well, he's a rat for you, but he lost his legacy at Liverpool. Well done, Tom. F. Trent. Don't let Mo Genda gaslight you. I'm not gaslighting him. I'm trying to explain the situation for the Juve. Inter a small club, a selling club. Sonny, you're upset for some whatever reason. I said that Trent looked out for himself, and this is why I understand Tom's rage. Like, he didn't look out for the club. He didn't look out for the club. He kept saying it means more. This club, I built my legacy here, and he just left at the end. So he's gonna leave at the end. Trent has more loyalty to Jude than Liverpool. That's very, very serious. Is Madrid actually getting him for a free? That is another problem, that he actually waited to run out his contract, so he gave Liverpool nothing, to be honest.
He's here by design. People who say, it's on the football club. Trent Alexander-Arnold at 21 refused to sign a 5-year deal. Yeah. He signed a 4-year deal, so he would be in this position by design, because him and his agents are little rat cunts who've been thinking about this for a while.
As an Inter fan, Mo knows everything about traitors. Broski, you don't understand. We know everything about the traitors here. We know everything about the traitors at Inter. Yes. We might not see Trent again. Coward's way out. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think he should play. To be honest with you, Timberline, I think they should play him. I could be wrong, but it feels like the Liverpool fans are divided about Trent's situation. Some of them understand this decision, while others, like Tom, believe his legacy is gone for Liverpool. And that is why on Husam's channel later after this, you're going to see the clash between Husam, who's going to blame FSG for it, and Tom, who's going to blame Trent for it. Because I know what Husam is going to say. I know that Husam will blame FSG. But I know Tom has been clear from December. I blame Trent. Trent could have signed a year ago. It's not FSG's fault. Husam, this is going to be a fire show, to be honest. I don't know Kopish's thing. But anyway, Tom, I appreciate you, broski. I know that. Appreciate you joining. Good that you got it out of your chest. Now we'll watch.
I'm streaming again in half an hour on my own channel talking about this. I've got a full day of just raging about Trent.
All right,
and
do it.
Showing the football club to the people.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag you. I'm gonna tag your channel in the description right now. Right now, guys. Tom Little channel is gonna talk about. This is gonna be fun if I watch you rage on your channel. It's gonna be better because I know Husam will calm you down.
But the thing is, just before I go, I'll tell the people in the comments. If Mohamed Salah was to leave Liverpool Football Club on a free, I entirely blame that on the ownership.
Yeah, but Trent, no. Yeah,
but Mohamed Salah has treated the football club with respect, dignity, and has wanted to sign a new contract. He's been.
Mohamed Salah publicly said he wants to stay. By the way, publicly, Mohamed Salah said, "I am waiting for a contract." So basically, he's saying, "Give me what I want. I'm staying."
Exactly the same as Virgil van Dijk. I am not someone who will just defend the club blindly. But in this situation, I feel that it's not on the club or the ownership. It's on that man who's had these fucking delusional dreams that he's going to win a Ballon d'Or from right back. Little does he know, if he gets 30 assists in a year, someone scored 30 goals. They're always going to give it to the goal scorer ahead of you, mate. So unlucky. Go enjoy ruining your fucking legacy at your boyhood club for a fucking La Liga title. Hala Barca, Viva La Barca, Lamine Yamal, up the coolers, whatever it is.
Can you imagine Lamine Yamal? Oh, it's not like Rafinha against Trent. That's going to be... Oh, next season, it's going to be Nico Williams against Trent when he joins Barcelona.
Joe Pesci, oh my God.
Pure, another docu. Anyway, we'll see you, Tom. Appreciate you, Habibi. Tom, channel in the description, people. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll see you later on Sam's channel or on your channel, of course. Appreciate you. Let me do a couple of these super chats, people, for the people that are here. Of course, big up everyone supporting the channel, of course. The doc, big up the doc. FSG is not blameless. They are blameless. The way Tom explained it, they are blameless. With all due respect, the doc. But Trent is a rat who is afraid to face the consequences of his own ungrateful actions. He is hiding because he is embarrassed. He is hiding. He doesn't want to do any of the interviews. He doesn't want to do any of the interviews. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely. He is. But to be honest with you, I don't think FSG did a lot of wrong here. Did a lot of wrong, to be honest with you. did a lot of wrong at all. But guys, we have over 500 people in the house. Can we get the likes up a little bit? Hit that like button, people. I'm trying to get Jamie's story as well. So yes, I think they are to blame. With all due respect to you, the doc, I think Trent here to blame. If they offered him what Tom has told us they offered him, with all due respect, Trent is to blame the whole time. FSG can't even get Konate, Van Dijk, and Salah to sign. Why would he waste his career? There's a very good question that I wanted to ask. No signings last summer. Come on, bro. So do we think that Trent left because of the ambition then? But what if after all of this, Cal's corner, Salah signs, Van Dijk signs, and they get a striker in the summer, all of this is going to look like he's an idiot going to Real Madrid. And also, this being happening for 2 years now, it proves one thing. This being happening for 2 years, Cal's corner, it proves one thing. That he has been planning for this for a while. Like it is not, now Salah is not renewing. But he, based on David Ornstein, this has been going for 2 years, Cal. So basically, that was when Salah signed the contract. So he had no idea that Salah is leaving. So why are you assuming this? I disagree with you completely. Maybe, and I think the main reason Trent is leaving, because Trent has been not looking great at Liverpool lately. He has not been used to his best ability lately, right? I genuinely think that he has not been used to his best ability lately. And that is, listen, I'm going to just say that Trent has a reason to leave. He wants to play in a team. Maybe he spoke to the Real Madrid people and he understood that he's going to be an offensive right back. I hope that makes sense to people, to be honest with you. That if you look at how Liverpool play now, Trent is not being used to his best ability. And that is something that you understand. Trent's running from Chef Doku, going to Nico Williams, Yamar, Rafinha, Kobo, and all the Spanish wingers that are even better than Doku Inc. He's going to the better right backs. But that is maybe why you're not being asked to defend as much at Real Madrid as you are at Liverpool, sometimes under Arne Slot. So maybe that is the reason, to be honest. Maybe that is the reason why. So I genuinely believe, do I think Trent is going to be a success at Liverpool? I'm actually not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I'm actually not 100% sure, to be honest, that he's going to be a success. I want to hear your opinion, because is Trent that, to be honest with you, I feel that Valverde, the way Valverde plays, the way Carvajal play, Carvajal is so smart. The way Valverde plays at right back, he's so quick, he's so athletic. Can Trent succeed as much at Real Madrid? Probably he can. Probably he can, but I don't think that he's going to be the same as he was at Liverpool when the system was built around him, because there are other superstars that will take the spotlight from him completely, the likes of Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vini. Of course, like there are new players that will join if they are trying to sign Wirtz, for example. So do we think he's going to shine? I don't know. Thank you so much, E-Ink, for becoming a member. Really appreciate you so much. That was great and fantastic. Welcome to the channel. I stopped offering things to members. However, please keep an eye on the channel when we do the next call-in show. Blaze, this move will prove Liverpool fans have been bullshitting about Trent defensive performances. Just watch how Liverpool fans will cook Trent for all the defensive blunders. I want you to put this. I actually don't think that Trent has been great lately in the defensive part of his football, to be honest with you. I don't think that he has been great at his football part lately. And so to me, I genuinely think that Trent He's not, but to be honest with you, Trent has been okay this season. He has not been phenomenal and fantastic. He has not contributed a lot offensively, and he's not great defensively. You know what? I genuinely don't think that Trent leaving is the worst thing in the world for Liverpool. Liverpool can get a more balanced right back. Yeah, okay, I agree with you. I never said otherwise. Trent has been better defensively than before, but it's still Trent is not up to the level defensively that and like, to be honest with you, an average right back is better than Trent. Exactly, Ian Kira, Liverpool fan, said he's an average defender. So this season, he moved from being a bad defender to an average defender. You get my point? Like, just someone that is so average at defending. And the problem with this is that he's not been elite offensively this season as well. He has not provided tons of assists. Mohamed Salah has carried that right side on his shoulder. I don't know why people are so sensitive about this Trent defensively, to be honest. He's not a great defender. Like, there are a lot of fullbacks that are not fantastic offensively, but they are very, very great defensively. And it goes the other way around. For example, DeMarco, that plays for Inter, is so good going forward, but he's not great defensively at all. He's average at best. People just don't want to admit it because they're so protective of their players. They're so protective of their players that people don't understand it. Bradley has helped Mo. I agree with you. So people just don't want to admit it. Cal is saying, come on, Mo, no serious club. Let's all these contracts get to the last stage, signing a 4-year deal. Signing a 4-year deal is a smart player's side. Players are testing clubs now. I actually don't know how Liverpool Football Club have left all of this unresolved until this current moment, Cal. It is something, and I think it happens because of the change of the directors, the coming back of Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, and the people that came back at the club, and the change of the manager, and they were busy analyzing the squad. And also maybe they just don't want to give Salah and Van Dijk that length of a contract. FSG are refusing. Maybe the simple answer is FSG don't want to pay that much money for Salah and Van Dijk. Maybe it's just simple. Maybe it's a very simple thing. And we're just overcomplicating things. Do we agree with it? No. I don't think it's the right thing to do. I think actually the right thing to do is to actually sign Mohamed Salah, at least give him 2 years on a year option. Van Dijk can be signed for 3 years, of course. But in the same time, you got to look at what you have on the table. And you see, maybe, but because I'm going to repeat this, Mohamed Salah is something that is not, I'm not sure if Mohamed Salah is going to have a lot of suitors, like, just to be honest with you, like a lot of suitors out there that will be, I'm not sure actually if Mohamed Salah will have a lot of people that will offer him in Europe a 3-year contract with that much money on the table for him, with that much money on the table for him. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with the Salah. But do we think Liverpool will fall off if Salah and Van Dijk leave? There's gonna be a little bit of a going backwards a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a going backwards a little bit. But I disagree with, I agree, like I understand where Tom is coming from. I understand where Tom is coming from about him playing the media and all this stuff. We got another guy. We got another Liverpool fan joining us. So guys, send your comments in. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button. 300 likes is the minimum of over 500 people here in the house with us people. And we're just going to add, of course, Jamie is here, of course, with us now. He's here.
Hello.
What's going on?
How are you, brother?
I'm all right. How are you, Jamie? We got Jamie Story people here from the football story, of course, joining us, talking about all the things that happened to Trent. You're not surprised?
No, not surprised. The worst kept secret in football, I think, at the minute. He was always particularly fancied Madrid. I think it was the only team that he was going to go to. And yeah, I think the news today is just confirming exactly what all Liverpool fans thought, that he was obviously going to leave and go to Real Madrid. I think the more annoying thing, I think, for a lot of Liverpool fans is he's going on a free. I think that's the most frustrating part. Like if you're getting, say, like, what would market value be? Like, Kyle Walker went to Man City a few years ago from Spurs for 60 million. So let's just say 60 million for Trent if you're able to get him, or able to get that money. So yeah, the fact that he's going on a free, we're obviously going to have to replace him. I think Frimpong is being talked about as an option, 40 million buyout clause. That could be something that we could go for. But
Frimpong is not a right back. You can't sign Frimpong.
We get him a right wing back, but we can get him as a right back. We've Connor Bradley.
What do you mean a right wing back? He's a very offensive player. You need someone who's more balanced.
What's Trent? What have we done the last 6 years?
Okay, so let me have this argument with you. It's very important. Tom came here. You know Tom Little. Tom came here and he was so like upset, and Tom, he's a rat, and all this stuff, all this talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's a rat. He lost all his thing. He played the fans. He played this and played that. I said that maybe Trent, so that Liverpool are not using him to his best ability. Trent is always an offensive player. He's not a defensive right back. And he hasn't had a lot of assists or goals this season. And he hasn't been used this season in the manner that he would see himself. Yeah. So maybe this is the reason why he decided, you know what, this is it. I now made up my mind. I am going to go to a Real Madrid that will use me offensively. Do you agree with this? Or you think he should have stayed? The club has built him, that he should have been loyal to the club?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, because obviously there's a lot of, you think about when Gerrard was coming through, for example, and he was obviously tempted by Real Madrid, and there's obviously that bit behind him where he's obviously a scouser, and the Liverpool fans love him. But at the same time, I think even this season, there's been a lot of talk in media, and even him himself, he's saying that he wants to go on and win a Ballon d'Or. Like, I don't think he's going to do that at Real Madrid, but maybe he wants to play at the highest level that he can play at. And he's obviously achieved everything that he's maybe set out to do in Liverpool in terms of winning the Premier League. He could win another one this season. He's won a Champions League. He's been in a FIFA 11. He's been in the Premier League Best 11 Team of the Year. Like, he's done a lot at Liverpool. And I think for him at this point, he's looking at himself, saying he's 26 years of age. He could go to a new team, maybe reach another level that he feels he can't do at Liverpool, which I don't think is true. And I don't think he has, to your point, Mo, as well, I don't think he's been that good this season. Like, definitely maybe not utilised as much as maybe he was under Klopp. But I think that's just more how Klopp plays. He's a lot more methodical. He doesn't want Trent bombing on. And yeah, we maybe haven't seen the best of him this season. I think his performances have dropped a little bit. And the thing is that Trent defensively is something we all know he's weak at. And if he goes,
you know, that a lot of Liverpool fans like Hussam and others have been trying to prop his defensive.
No, I think he gets criticized.
He got better. Yeah, but he's still average defender at best.
Yeah, 100%. Like if you compare him to, say, I think if you're looking at, like, say, Kyle Walker, who he would have been, because like Man City and Liverpool, when they were going toe to toe, Kyle Walker is much better defensively than Trent, but Trent offers so much going forward, and it's just about the balance of which team and which player suits each team. You know what I mean? Liverpool relied on their wingers when they were under, or their fullbacks under Klopp, which was Trent and Robertson, and that's how they were successful in certain areas. But I think, listen, if he goes to Madrid and he puts in some of the like defensive performances that, like, where he gets cooked by, say, I don't know, Rafinha, say, for example.
There is Rafinha, there is Nico Williams, there is plenty of trickery wingers out in Spain, you know. Like,
but even in Champions League, like, if he gets cooked and they get knocked out of a Champions League game, Liverpool fans, they'd be annoyed, but they'd still obviously support him. In Real Madrid, he won't get away with that.
Yeah,
he'll be crucified. He'll be crucified. He'll be
100%.
Back to Liverpool.
What do you say about, like, so there are two people here that are, guys, let's hit the like button, guys. We have over 500 people in the house. Let's get to 300 likes. No serious club late these contracts to get the last stages. Sign him 4-year deal is smart player. Players are testing club now. And also, there is another one from Cal as well. Is saying can't even get Konate. Why would he waste his career there? No signings last summer. Come on, bro. Do you agree with this a little bit that he saw the situation and he doesn't see the ambition at Liverpool Football Club?
No, I don't think it's ambition. I think it's like we need to think as well. Real Madrid, they are, and as a Liverpool fan, they are the biggest football club in the world. They, like, even this season, they haven't looked that good in terms of the Champions League at the start, and they're just picking up pace. I think we talked about it yesterday in the show, hitting the peak at the right time. And Real Madrid seem to always do that. When it comes to knockout games, they are just unmatched in the Champions League. And if Trent leaves, he goes there, wins, I don't know, 2 or 3 more Champions Leagues, which is definitely possible in, say, 7, 8 years at Real Madrid, then he'll look back on his career and say, you know what? I had a very good career. I've lived to my potential that I thought I could have. I don't think it's a lack of ambition from Liverpool's part. I just think he's thinking, can I go to another level, which I can't do at Liverpool? And I think that's more just on a how big
Why he
things
can't go
are.
to another level at Liverpool? Liverpool, if we look at this Liverpool team, why doesn't he trust Liverpool to be better? Liverpool are going to win the Premier League this season. Liverpool can get better next season and try to push for the double, for example.
Yeah,
Especially if Salah and Van Dijk stay.
yeah. But I suppose it's new. Do you know what I mean? He's
I
been
don't know
at,
what do you mean?
he's been at Liverpool since he was a kid, and he knows everything. It's just about a new experience. Have you ever lived in say?
Yeah, but not everyone thinks about new experiences. Not everyone. Some people are just loyal to the club.
I agree.
Some people are just loyal.
But Trent's not like that, it seems, and that's why he's leaving. You know what I
How
mean?
come Trent? So maybe Tom is right. How did you were brought up? You are a Scouser. You lived at Liverpool. This is the club that brought you up. You were brought to the world by this club. You were given the chance at this club. You won the Champions League. You won the league at this club, and now you have been negotiating with Real Madrid for 2 years. So I understand the loyalty part. I will never question. When Tom is ranting about the loyalty, I will understand, right? I will understand, especially if the news are correct and he was offered contracts for 2 years now and over 300K. That's a lot of money for right back. I doubt that Real Madrid will pay him 300 pounds, 300K pounds a week. That is 350K euros a week. Do we think Real Madrid will offer? I doubt. I think that is just me thinking. I don't know. I'm not in the know. I'm not sure if you have that piece of information or not. I don't think that Trent is going to be offered more than what Liverpool offered him, to be honest.
I think, from what I understand the situation is, I think he wanted 300K, but Liverpool weren't willing to offer him that. And I don't think Real Madrid are offering him that either. I think he'll probably maybe go up to say 250. I think he wants to be basically paid in the same range as, say, Van Dijk, Salah. I think Salah will be stand out because he obviously scores the goals and he gets Liverpool over line in certain situations. Van Dijk is second highest paid, and I think he's on about 250 to 300. Yeah. So I think, as you said there, Mo, 300K, 250K, it's a lot of money for
not for them. Not everybody thinks the same way.
But for a right back, do you know what I mean? For a right back, it's a lot of money. And if you,
but he thinks very highly of himself.
Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, like, Liverpool need to weigh it up. And I think Liverpool are right in how they're managing it now, because they could get into a difficult situation where you look at Man United, right? Man United start paying massive wages to players. Like Alexis Sanchez was the first one to come in. They paid him 350K, 400K a week. Then David De Gea wanted it. Then Marcus Rashford wanted it. Players that like aren't at that level, they'll want it. And Liverpool could be in that situation. So I think this is the situation we're seeing with the contracts at the minute, in terms of, think Salah, Van Dijk, because they're a little bit older, they want to manage how they're obviously going to offer them. I still think they're worth maybe 250, 300K a week. Maybe not in 3-year contracts, but maybe 1, 2, and then an additional third if depending on performances. Well, I think Trent is just, if you give him 250, 300K a week, then how long is it until, I don't know, if Gakpo continues performing where he wants that one?
By the way, if you're saying this, that means the club doesn't value him at that much.
Yeah, but I think they're right not to value him at that much. I wouldn't give him that much money.
You don't value Trent as that much, so maybe he's.
I wouldn't. But if Real Madrid aren't offering him,
can someone? Okay, Let me, guys in the chat. There's a lot of Liverpool fans in the chat. We have over 500 people in the chat. If you're a rival, I want you to be honest. How much? We know that Trent will be offered about 4-year contract. There's someone knocking background. That is from you. Oh, that's your neighbors. Your neighbors.
Shut up about Trent.
No, it's okay. Guys in the chat, I want everyone to tell me a number. How much, if Trent signs for your club, watching Trent now for about 4 or 5 years at Liverpool since 2018, if I'm not mistaken. So about 6 years or something, or 7 years now. How much do you think Trent is worth? Everyone in the chat, how much do you think he's worth? And I'm gonna, before Jamie answers this, I'm gonna do the super chat. Overall prime package: Trent, Cancelo, Walker. Yeah, but that is both of them together. You're not gonna get that in any right back.
No.
And by the way, Carvajal is better than all of them because Carvajal can defend, and also we saw him under Zidane bombing up on that right side, right? You agree that Carvajal is just a different package?
Yeah, I love Carvajal. I think I think first and foremost, as especially in that Madrid team, he's just such a good defender, and then he can chip in. He can chip in going forward. And
he does have a lot of, like, Carvajal does a lot of assists and does contribute going forward.
She scored in the final. It was 2 seasons ago in the Champions League.
Voice of reason. This is on FSG and Klopp, but no one wants to talk about it. No contracts were done when he demanded more power, hired his mates to replace Edwards. Then he said he's tired and left. I don't blame Trent. Club run by clowns. I completely disagree with you.
Yeah, I disagree.
Voice of reason. Because if the news are correct and Trent has been working with Real Madrid for 2 years and he was offered 300K, you're completely wrong. You were offered a lot of money. By the way, that is the news, voice of reason, that are reported, right? That is the news that are reported. You were offered that much money from the club that brought you up, that you won the league and the Champions League with, the club that is going to give you the second league title this season, and you go and negotiate with Real Madrid. You are absolutely not a loyal person. It is 100% on you. The reason why I'm saying this, because the club can only do their part and offer the player a contract. And by the way, it's not only this, voice of reason. There's another thing, and I want Jimmy to comment on this. The club did their due diligence to get you a good enough manager to literally win you the league when everyone said you are not going to win it and you're going to fall off. So the club, the fact that the manager have not used you to your liking, it's a different story. But at the end, you're a player at Liverpool Football Club. It is not it's a choice. And do we agree with the choice or not? Tom says he's a rat. Sam will tell you otherwise. Jamie will tell you he wants a new challenge. People different. But to put this on the owners, it's completely wrong. He was offered contracts a year ago, and he refused it. And he refuses. So I disagree with you completely, my man. I completely disagree with you, voice of reason. It's not on FSG. All they can do is get the right manager and offer you the money and win you the league title. They did this. What more can they do? It is not their fault. It's 100% not their fault.
It's his choice. It's his choice at the end of the day. And he wants to move. That's perfectly fine. I think FSG, to be fair, and Go
ahead, keep talking. I just have to call from my mom for some reason.
Yeah, you're all good. I think FSG, to be fair, they get a lot of criticism in terms of how they maybe manage Liverpool, especially when you look at the spending of Man City, Man United. And I just don't think Liverpool are... I think if you look at FSG's tenure, like Liverpool were on the brink of administration just before FSG came in. And since then, Liverpool have won the Premier League, the Champions League. They've been so competitive in terms of competing with Man City. They've obviously just come up against a really, really good team. And even with the contract situations at the minute, Edwards, Richard Hughes were brought in this summer or last summer. And the contract should have been sorted out before that. They shouldn't have been coming into this situation. So I wouldn't say that's on FSG. It's on the people that were there before them, which was one of Jurgen Klopp's mates. I can't remember his name. But the contract should have been sorted before. And I think Kanate as well, he's in this situation where Konate only has 1 year left on his deal. So if Liverpool don't get him signed to another contract, we could be going into a situation where we maybe need to sell him this summer as well. Because if he doesn't sign, then we're going to be losing him on a free, which we obviously don't want.
Who?
Konate.
Yeah, actually, Konate, if he doesn't sign, he has to be sold as well. And someone actually raised that question that maybe it's Konate as well. It's the lack of ambition, to be honest. My point is, if Edwards was there, he would have sold Trent 2 years ago. If he didn't extend, Klopp and FSG gave Trent an easy way out. You can say that they did this. You can say that they gave Trent an easy way out, that Jurgen Klopp did not sign him. But from the information that we have is that they offered him a contract. You are saying that Trent should have been sold. FSG don't do that. Like FSG, it's hard to do this. And maybe Trent played the club and said that he's willing to extend. And he wanted, because by the way, I'm just going to tell you that if Trent told him flat out that he's not extending, this is where I agree with Tom, to be honest, Jamie. If Trent, I believe that if Trent told them straight to their face, I'm leaving at the end of my contract, they would have sold them. They would have told them, okay, we're going to sell you now.
Yeah.
But I believe that Trent played them. I want more money. I want to stay. I love this club. I want to win here. I want to win Ballon d'Or at this club. He played the club and the fans.
Yeah.
He played both parties as well. Like he never came out and said, I want to leave. Like if he in a closed, like we know this, voice of reason. In closed rooms, players keep telling the club, I want a new challenge. And it's on the club to commit. Like Bernardo Silva, it was public. For example, Gundogan told Man City, my family wants to go to Spain. Bernardo Silva was adamant to leave. You get my point?
Yeah.
I think that Trent didn't tell FSG that he wants to go. He played both, but he kept all his cards to his chest and he kept all his options open. That's my belief. By the way, I'm not in the know, but reading the situation, I believe that's what happened. Because you're not going to tell me, let me just, one last point. You can't tell me that Trent, FSG knew that Trent wanted to go and they still kept him to run down his contract. That is not how you do like work. Am I wrong to say that?
No, I think I understand where you're coming from. The one thing I would say is that obviously coming into contract negotiations, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes with it, right? I'm actually reading a good book on transfer negotiations called Done Deal, and it talks about a lot about the behind the scenes that we don't get to see. And I think, say if he was offered a contract, he was like, no, I'm going to say no to that offer because I think I'm worth more, right? Which he obviously values himself very highly. You've said it there. And I think then with Klopp leaving in January and we didn't know who we were going to get in, he was like, right, well, I don't know what manager is going to come in and what direction we're going to take and how next season's going to be. But I think as the season progressed and he's seen how good we were, I think then you're like, right, you need to be signing the contract now. And the fact that it's obviously continued to go on, I think he just said, right, Madrid are in my ear and I want to go to Real Madrid. So I think it is a bit of both. I think he has obviously maybe played both Liverpool and Real Madrid to see what was going to kind of just to let it pan out. And he's obviously getting what he wants now, which is obviously to leave. And we just have to accept it, it's just more frustrating. We're not going to get any money than anything else, I think.
Yeah, I think that is the main thing. Trent at some point was worth about 80 million pounds. Liverpool could have got that money and you could have had a very good right back to replace him, to be honest. You could have had a very good right back to replace him. We're just going to get nothing.
We could have got like a right back for 40, 50 million, and then you could have...
And it would be elite. By the way, you could have gotten an elite right back.
Yeah, 100%.
To replace him, and you could have been in a way better place, to be honest. Mr. Momin, who's the guest? He's a handsome boy. That's his Jamie story. His channel in the description as well. Mr. Mo, this is the most handsome guest you ever had. Thank you, Donna Colin, for this. Appreciate you. Let me go to some of these comments. Can we get this guy to go against Osam and Tom Little, please, Mo? I'm going to try to do a show with Osam, Tom Little, and Jamie. Maybe Jamie can go to Osam's channel.
Yeah. Listen, just give me a message and I'll go.
I can actually get you to go on Osam's channel today. If you with Kopish. Do you know Kopish?
Yeah, I've done a live stream with Kopish as well before.
Yeah, I can talk to Osam about this. It's easy. Let's be honest. If you're a player beyond the legacy of the Northern clubs, is it necessary the greatest place to live, and is the talent drain inevitable for some players? Mikey, probably. But he's a Scouser. Like, he's from Liverpool.
I know.
You know what? Foreigners
It's a-
can say that.
It's a
But
state of
nah,
football now, though. It is the state of football. You know what I mean? Like years ago, like we were talking about it earlier, Gerrard, when he was asked to go Chelsea, Real Madrid, Gary Neville said he tried to tap him up for Man United. He just said no. He's like, I want to stay at Liverpool. Carragher was the same. He wanted to stay at Liverpool because that was his boyhood club. He's living out his dream, playing captain in his boyhood club.
yes.
And I just think now football
By
players.
the way, I just have to say, he wasn't winning as much as Trent.
I know, exactly.
And he wasn't play like he had only, I think, Fernando Torres at that time. There wasn't like great superstars. Xabi Alonso even left at 2009 to go to Real Madrid. Like, there wasn't a lot of superstars at the club like a Salah or Van Dijk. Salah, Egypt captain. Van Dijk, captain of the Netherlands. Alisson, one of the best players at Brazil. McAllister, a starter for Argentina. Szoboszlai, the captain of Hungary. Like, Robertson is the captain of Scotland. With all due respect, the team that Gerrard played at is not similar to the team he played with. Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho, Firmino, Mane. With all due respect, Trent played with some of the best teams at Liverpool we have watched after the 80s. We have watched.
Yeah.
And Gerrard played with some I'm not going to say scrubs, but just not great.
Just not the same level. We weren't competing at all. Level. We had that year, I think, just before Gerrard. It was like Gerrard's last chance, which is obviously the slip.
Yeah.
But like,
do you want to
was okay, but it was led by Suarez.
Do you know what people? I'm being honest here, guys. You know, we joke and there's a lot of banter about the slip and stuff. I think it's one of the most unlucky moments in football history, actually. You know that?
Unluckiest moments.
One of the unluckiest moments, yes.
Yeah.
In football history.
100%.
Like, people like slag Gerrard off about this. Guys, it's not his fault. By the way, it's not his fault that he slipped. He just slipped. He slipped. So, but anyway, we're moving on from the thing. Donna, I have subscribed to the Football Story. Love starts. Mr. Story, are you single and available? I am single. Can you do this on his channel when he does videos? Can you do this on his? It's Ramadan now, Donna. I'm fasting. It's haram. He says haram. I'm fasting. This is haram. Get the likes up to 300 people. I set up the show yesterday. By the way, if you have to go, let me know. I was doing this solo. I was doing this solo, by the way.
Yeah, no, I was watching just before I came on.
Do you think that Salah and Van Dijk now stays at the club? They stay at the club.
So difficult.
Does this affect the decision?
I don't think it affects the decision, but it is. I don't know. Like Liverpool, this season, obviously, I'm so grateful for the position that we're in. And Liverpool fans, I know it's obviously been disappointing the last couple of weeks in terms of like the Champions League and the Carabao Cup, but we're going to win a Premier League. This summer is really dangerous. I think it's more dangerous than last summer because you're talking about like players that have been the driving force behind Liverpool's success over like the last few years, since Klopp's era, with like Van Dijk, Salah, Trent. Robertson is probably going to get replaced with Saka Kirkhouse coming in. Like the players that they bring in, even the forward line, like there's talks of Nunes, Jota, Diaz, all being told they're trying to go out and spend more money to bring in players that will hopefully come to replace him. I don't know. Will Salah and Van Dijk stay? I think Van Dijk will. I think he wants to stay. I think I said this yesterday, Salah's in a situation where I don't know what club is going to pay, say, 350 grand a week. Like Real Madrid, they're not gonna get him in terms of they have Rodrigo, they have Vinny and Mbappe. I don't think that's something that they would go out and spend that type of money on bringing him in terms of wages. Barcelona obviously have Yamal. They're not going to bring in someone to take him out. And maybe Bayern Munich, but even then, would they want something? They've obviously seen with the Mane situation where they went out and bought Mane and it didn't kind of work out for him. And then he went to Saudi. He's not going to go to another team in England. PSG maybe, but I don't know. Like they seem like they have a young up and coming forward line that are hungry to go on and do something. So the thing is with Salah is I think Liverpool is the best place for him. And
I think it's the other way around.
what you think? You think he should move?
Okay, so I actually think Salah will stay because he won't find a place, and Van Dijk might go because he will find a lot of suitors.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about it this way? Like Salah at the end, it's either gonna be you join Saudi or you reduce your wage, your demands, because there's not a lot of clubs that will. PSG, they have a lot of wingers now, and they're young and they're upcoming, and the project is based on the young people.
Yeah.
So I think PSG will more to say I want to sign Van Dijk to tighten the defense and lead these kids. I want Van Dijk. They have Marquinhos. Imagine Marquinhos and Van Dijk at the back.
Yeah. I think
Real Madrid are not going to sign Mohamed Salah. Right?
Yeah.
Barcelona won't. Atletico Madrid won't.
No.
Juventus and Milan, Inter, even if they try to sign him, because it's said that Inter went to try to sign Mohamed Salah, we don't have the funds to pay that much money for the guy.
No.
Nobody at Italy has a 300k euros a week to sign a player. At Bayern Munich, these guys just signed Ulisse. They have Musiala. Are they going to go and sign Salah? Because, by the way, Ulisse has been starting on the right side. Why are you going to sign a right winger for 300k?
Yeah.
So Mohamed Salah is going to be left with one option. It's either to stay at Liverpool or go to Saudi Arabia. And I believe that Mohamed Salah would want to get another shot at the Champions League as well.
Yeah, I agree.
But Van Dijk can go to Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. By the way, but because Van Dijk demands are not like Mohamed Salah, Juventus can sign him. Inter can fork 250k euros. By the way, and the difference is, this is the last thing I'm going to say, but I know I spoke for a while. Inter can go to Van Dijk and offer him 4 years because he's only 33. We have already at Cherby was 36. Like Inter will give Van Dijk instead of 300k at 250 for 4 years.
Yeah.
Come join Inter.
Yeah.
We guarantee you're gonna play.
I don't think, right? Yeah, guarantee. But it guarantee he's gonna play anywhere. Do you know what I mean?
No, but for 4 years, Inter will tell him, bro, you're guaranteed a starter.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I don't know. I think with Van Dijk, I've said it consistently. I think Van Dijk is the most important to sign because of the leadership that he brings to the team, the cohesiveness, the winning mentality. And I think obviously Salah and Trent have that, but I just think Van Dijk is probably, as you said there, I think Van Dijk probably has the strongest position in terms of maybe most suitors. Trent has just eyed up Madrid, but I think a lot of clubs will be coming in for Van Dijk and saying, listen, we can offer you X, Y, and Z, or what are Liverpool offering you? We'll offer you more than what are you looking for? I think that's the issue. And I think, with Salah, I understand in terms of maybe there's not that many suitors because of the position that he's in, but yeah, it is worrying. It is worrying. And especially now we're coming into like the last kind of 10 games. So you kind of want to focus on that and not have any other distractions. But like the more the kind of ticks away, the closer you're getting to them all leaving. Like it could be 9 games where Salah, Trent, and Van Dijk no longer play for Liverpool. Like that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
No, I actually think that if you sign someone else, I think you can just. I think there is no replacement as easy for Van Dijk because the way he's the best defender to ever play in the Premier League, in my opinion. That is different opinion. There is a talk between him and John Terry, which is people like that, people like this. But I'm just gonna say he's in the conversation. For Mohamed Salah, I think he is replaceable, by the way. But the difference is he's not replaceable on his own. There is no winger in the world basically that will get you. Okay, basically there is no player in the history that will get you what Mohamed Salah will get you in the Premier League now, because that's factually speaking.
Yeah, 100%.
In terms of numbers. In terms of numbers. Because
100%.
Mohamed Salah is now 3 GA behind Alan Shearer at 47 GA. So no one.
I needed that now. 44 game or 40.
He's on 44. Alan Shearer's on 47. So we know that he's going to get 3 GA at least in the next 9 games.
That was a 42 game season as well. So he's like 4 extra games.
So to me, Mohamed Salah can be replaced by a striker. By the way, if Liverpool have a striker that get them 25 goals and a winger that will get him 15 goals, which is something that is in the market. There are strikers on the market, and it's not only Isak that will get you 20 plus goals. Especially with a system like Arne Slot, you get a winger as well that will give you 10, 15 goals. You just replaced Mohamed Salah's goals, basically. You just did.
Yeah.
And if the others contribute the same, so that's why people say Mohamed Salah is irreplaceable. That is not true. It's actually not true. By himself, he's not. In a system, he is.
Yeah. But like Liverpool, we've had, even in our worst times where we've had to let players go, like Torres, Suarez, Sterling left for 50 million. Like, think of all the good players. Mane obviously left. Like, players, they come and go. And there might be stages where they might like drop levels. I don't think, and I've said this consistently as well, I don't think this Liverpool team is going to be a team that goes on and competes for a Premier League, like or not wins a Premier League every, like, say, for the next 2 or 3 years, because it's just like they're kind of at the end of this type of squad, and they need additional players. So we need to wait and see how they come in and the players that they buy and how they adapt. And I think Salah and Van Dijk staying for another couple of years, it allows them to bring in players that can understand what it is to play for Liverpool, to have impact, to settle. And if they leave now, you have players that are coming in that are untried, untested, and you don't know how they're going to perform, especially in a situation where you're competing every season or trying to compete with the biggest teams in England. So I think keeping them even for another year, if you're saying keep them for another year and then bring in players this summer, maybe sell some of the dead wood, which people are obviously talking about, like Nunez, who if you can get 50 million, 60 million from, you can maybe bring in someone that can, or that money can go towards like signing an Isak, for example. But yeah, it is.
Yeah,
you have to replace them. You have to replace them. It's just the way of football. Players, they eventually run out of legs, and you have to bring in players to be able to go and replace them.
I don't think you are able to. I don't think you're gonna get Isak anyway, because I don't know. I think you can only get Isak if Newcastle don't make Champions League and you convince them to actually you convince them to sell the guy. Like, otherwise, I don't think you're gonna get Isak. It's not gonna be that easy.
No, I don't think it'll be easy. But there was talks of him last summer. They were saying that Liverpool were heavily interested in him, and they just didn't go for it in the end because they obviously had the players in the books. But it'd be interesting to see who he does go to. I think any team that he does go to, he instantly puts them like in the like, say if it's Arsenal, Liverpool. I don't know who else. It maybe Chelsea, but I don't think he would take a step down at the minute the way Chelsea are. Like, I think it's Arsenal and Liverpool are probably the only two teams that he could go for.
I don't think. I'm not sure if he's gonna go to Arsenal. Safe is saying Mo. Number one, it's Ramadan, Safe. I asked you, I need 4 wives. You live in Egypt. Surely you know 4 wives. I want big women similar to Fifi Abdu. She's a belly dancer. I will buy you expensive gift. Please provide some assistant, my love. I hope this is a joke, Safe. I hope this is a joke, Safe. I hope this is a joke. I don't know 4 wives. I hope this is a joke. Just come to Egypt. There's a lot of women here that want to get married. Come to Egypt, and good luck trying to convince 4 Egyptian women to marry 1 man. Like, try. Good luck in that, Safe. It's legal here, but good luck to try to convince 4 women. Donna's saying Mr. Story has a look of Mr. LB and Mr. Tom combined. All right then. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate you so much. But anyway, listen, I was actually doing the show completely on a completely different trajectory. And then I wake up an hour before the show and it is, oh my God, Trent has joined Real Madrid. And I'm like, okay, but that is old news, but I see that meltdown. You get my point? The meltdown. And the problem is, I don't know why there's a meltdown. You guys, everyone knew this. And I'm like, you guys knew this.
That's what I like. You said when you sent me a message, you want to come on and talk about Trent. And I was like, but it's just the same stuff we all know. Do you know what I mean? We knew that Real Madrid are very close. And I think Fabrizio Romano is he just copy and paste the same message every day. It says it's getting closer, 99%, 99.1%, 99.2%.
Yeah.
It's the same message. So
it's every day it's the same. Yeah. He's close. You know, the problem is now that excuse of my guys, 15 likes away from 300 likes on the live show. That would be fantastic. I appreciate everyone that supported the channel, sent a super chat. You guys are great. You guys make the community. Thank you so much for all the support and the love you guys are showing us always here on Footy Judgment community. We're trying to be different. We're trying to do our own shows. I'm trying to build the channel based on our personality and also doing different panels as well. There's a lot of people that were. My super chat, Mo. Blaze, Mo, you keep talking on replacing, but Hussam and Co told us he's the best in the world. Okay, let me just say, he's the best in the world with no one capable to replacing him, Blaze, unless in typical LFC PAM, they were overrating. Here is the thing. I'm going to tell you something, Blaze. The reality is, if you tell me this season, Trent has not been essential to Liverpool as much as I can name 5 players that were more essential to Liverpool, or 6 players that were more essential to Liverpool this season than Trent. And let's see if you guys agree with me in the chat, and also the rivals, and Jamie agree with me or not. I'm going to say the number 1 is Salah. 2, Van Dijk. 3, Gravenberch. 4, McAllister. 5, Alisson. 6, Callagher for the 12 game, for the 9 games he played.
I think Gakpo you could probably show in there as well.
I actually think you guys are trying to, I think you guys, the Liverpool fans, are trying so hard to prop Gakpo to remove the label, of Salah FC. Gakpo has contributed less than Diaz this season, Jamie, and you have to admit it.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, the two of them.
You didn't win the Champions League, so his goals in the Champions League don't matter. You didn't win the cup, so his goals don't matter. You are gonna win the league. Luis Diaz has more GA in the shit. Luis Diaz has more GA than Gakpo. Gakpo has had some good games. I'm not saying he's been shit.
A lot of good games.
A lot. He didn't have a lot of good games.
I think he scored eight goals in a row at one stage. Or 8 games in a row at one stage.
Well, let's go to Trent. Am I right to say that all these people? Okay. Real Madrid again. You're saying the Champions League again. You didn't win the Champions League. You got knocked out.
That makes no sense. What happens if you get to the final?
No. It makes a lot of sense. At the end, do you agree that Trent has not been essential this season as much as people think he is?
Yeah, no, I agree. He hasn't been. He's been injured as well. He's actually picked up a good few injuries. Like I remember he was injured over the Christmas period. He's been out now since he obviously got injured against PSG. So he has picked up a good few injuries. Bradley stepped in and done well, but then he's picked up a few injuries as well. But yeah, he hasn't been as influential this season in comparison to recent seasons gone before.
Yeah, so it's okay for him to go.
Yeah, but you still want the best quality players in the best positions. I know people are in the super chat, but like Trent is not the best right back in the world, whatever. He's one of the best right backs in the world.
The problem is Hussam keeps saying he's the best right back in the world. And I keep saying he was at some point when he was having 15 assists a season. You know, when he was having a 12, 15 assists a season, and Liverpool were like, but he wasn't after.
I know. I still like. People think when he gets 15 assists, that's a record-breaking season. No other defender has ever gotten 15 assists in the league. So we can't say that's his standard. That's him playing at his very, very best. But like if he gets like 8 or 10 assists and then like say 3 or 4 goals in a season, that's more like really high-level quality as a in terms of top-level fullback. And I think he has improved defensively. There has been games where he's had to do really well. He played well against PSG in the first leg, but yeah, I just think, listen, Van Dijk and Salah, those two I think are bigger priorities for Liverpool in terms of the impacts that they have on the team, and that's why I think they should be the priorities in terms of contracts. If you had to ask me, even at the start of the season, who would you rather lose? I would have said Trent.
Me too. Same here.
Yeah,
same here. Me too. Same. I would say. You can lose Trent, who cares? Like, who cares? And also, Arne Slot himself is not using him to the best ability. Like,
No.
it's very simple.
Yeah. I think Slot's system is just different. You know what I mean? I think that's why this season on that right hand side, Salah plays a lot further up top. He doesn't maybe work as hard, and then he pops up in the big moments. That's why you don't really see Salah sometimes in the game, or he's maybe not having his best game, and he still is there in that moment to get a goal or to get an assist to get Liverpool over the line. And at the end of the day, like, that's what matters. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool winning football matches, whether that's with Trent
for
or
you
Salah.
as a fan, yes.
Yeah. So whether that's with Salah scoring all the goals or Trent getting 15 assists, the main thing is Liverpool are winning games. And if Trent has to sit back, defend a little bit more, not maybe play to his best of ability in terms of going forward, but Liverpool still win games, then I don't really care. And he hasn't been unbelievable this season, and Liverpool are still going to win a league, which is the most important thing.
Yeah. Do you believe that Liverpool might fall off next season a little bit?
I think they're in a tricky position. I think the thing is as well, though, I think Arsenal, they need to buy one or two players. Maybe there's obviously talk about their style of play has changed a little bit over the last kind of season, 18 months. I think Man City as well, Rodri coming back is going to be huge for them. But I do think they need to buy legs. Like, look at the amount of times teams are getting, not even like big teams like Brighton, Brentford, Nottingham Forest. All of them have turned them over just by being really industrious in midfield and just basically running them into the ground, and they haven't been able to cope with it. So I think they're in a tricky position. You'd look, Ederson is probably maybe going to go this summer as well, so they're going to need to buy a new keeper. So
it depends. If Man City keep the same team and sign a center back or something, if they are able to sign Florian Wirtz, and they sign okay, the problem is the reporter saying that they're gonna try to sign Camavinga and Wirtz together, right?
Yeah.
If they do this along with Rodri coming back and the center back, I believe Man City will become a big force again next season.
And they have Guardiola. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like if he gets the right players, and he even like if he just gets a little bit of momentum back, it's a new season. Their mindset will be slightly different going into it because they can kind of just move this season to the back of their heads. And yeah, with Guardiola, it's like you're coming up against a serial winner. Like, very rarely would he go 2 seasons without winning the league. Do you know what I mean?
You know what the problem is for me? If Man City don't make Champions League, if somehow Newcastle and Chelsea make Champions League, the problem is Guardiola's contract ends in 2027 or 2026.
Yeah.
He do 2 years plus 1 year.
I think it was 2 years. I
2 years. Okay, so 2027. So these players are going to say, okay, we're going to have 1 year when we chase Champions League and they're going to play with Pep. Who's replacing Pep? Why would I commit 5 years not knowing? And there is a difference. To be honest with you, and I'm going to have to say this, and the people don't understand this, by the way. And I hope that people are not like sensitive about this. There are some clubs in the world that when you sign for them, you sign for the club. You don't care because you know that this club will always be close to the top.
Yeah.
I believe on top of my head now, there are 3 clubs currently that are like this. Only 3 clubs. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich. Only. No Liverpool, no Arsenal. Like, I believe that when players join Liverpool or Man City or Inter or Juventus, there are talks about who's going to be my manager. What's the approach of the club? Joining Real Madrid, Barcelona, or Bayern Munich, I'm not saying they are the biggest clubs in the world, but these clubs, because of the nature of their leagues, you know that if you join Bayern Munich, you're always challenged for the title. You're not going to fall off. If you join Barcelona or Real Madrid, you're always challenged for the Champions League and the league, or at least the league. Joining Liverpool, you know that depending on the manager and the circumstances of the season, you can actually be fighting for a top 5. You can miss on a Champions League.
I think as well, the way like Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid rotate their managers, it's just like, they're going to be competing for, like, say, especially domestic trophies. They'll always be at the top competing, and then you can't really fall in love with a manager in those teams because, like, even Ancelotti, he won the Champions League twice, then he had a terrible start to the league. This is like before, and then he got sacked. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you're not winning, you're gone. And even though all the Real Madrid fans or Real Madrid players spoke so highly of him, they were like, doesn't matter, you're not winning games, you're gone. Do you know what I mean? So I think when players sign for those teams, they don't look at that. They just say, okay, oh my God, I'm getting a chance to sign for one of the biggest teams in the world. Whereas with Liverpool, Man City, they are big clubs in their own right, but you have to look at a project and say, well, where are you going? Where will you be? Like what investment are you going to put into the team? And
for
what
Real Madrid and
there?
Barcelona, I don't think people go to Real Madrid and Barcelona. For others,
yeah, for Liverpool and Man City, that you'd have to look at their project.
And all the other teams. Yes. For example, I believe that if Vincent Kompany is sacked tomorrow and they sign anyone, Bayern Munich still gonna attract names. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It won't matter who the manager is.
Yeah.
That's why I think that if they miss on the Champions League, Manchester City, because now it's between them and is it Real Madrid? I'm not sure who, between them and Barcelona or something like this.
For which? The
For Wirtz. Real Madrid and them.
Yeah, Real Madrid and I don't think Barca.
If Real Madrid don't make, if Man City don't make Champions League, it might put a dent on their rebuild next season. Even though you have Pep Guardiola, I know that Pep is the biggest name in football now in terms of coaching. There's no one bigger than him.
Yeah.
But still, you're gonna think, I'm like, okay, do I join a team that playing in the Champions League? Do I want to be, or I want to play Europa League, for example? I'm like, yes, I might win the Premier League. And remember, these guys are not English. Wirtz is not English. He didn't grow up thinking, I want to win the Premier League. He grew up thinking, I want to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
Or La Liga. Or the Bundesliga. Like, for foreigners, he didn't grow up. I'm like, oh my God, the Premier League is the pinnacle of football.
Yeah. Salah said the same thing when he first came to Liverpool. It's like, what would you rather, the Premier League or the Champions League? And he said Champions League. Just because you would grow up and the Champions League is what you would see all the best players playing against each other, and that's what you want to win.
As a foreigner, you would never dream of winning the Premier League. Like.
No, yeah. But yeah, I suppose it'll be interesting to see there's going to be a lot of movement, I think, this summer. I think last summer was a bit quiet. Even January this season was a bit quiet. I think obviously the financial fair play stuff is taking a toll on a lot of clubs. And if Man City do miss out, it'll be interesting to see who they can maybe buy, especially with if they get cleared of the 150 in charges, which it looks like they may potentially do. But imagine a scenario, and I was thinking about this the other day. Imagine a scenario where Man United win the Europa League, get Champions League, and Man City miss out on the Champions League after the season United have had.
Do you know
that would be mental.
Market? You know that will absolutely change the market, because if Newcastle make Champions League, basically I think there is zero chance of Isak leaving Newcastle, especially with them now agreeing with okay. There are reports that they already are going to sign Mbeumo for the right wing. So imagine Mbeumo, Isak, Gordon.
Yeah.
Right? You get my point. Imagine if they get another midfielder. They keep Bruno Guimaraes, they keep Tonali, keep Joao Linton, and they are trying to sign number 10. And they sign 2 center backs or a center back. By the way, that team, if you give that team to, with all due respect to Eddie Howe, if you give that team to Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola, you're challenging for the league.
Yeah, I think it's more a mentality thing, I think, with Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? They have I think, as you said, if they get 1 or 2 players and they keep Isak, then they're definitely going to be up there. But it's just a mentality thing of actually taking that step to go on and win a league is just so difficult. Do you know what I mean?
But that's why you need the manager. Okay, because these players have not tasted the league before, now you need that extra piece, which is a manager that have won leagues, to convince these guys, yes, we can win the league. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
100%. By the way, that makes a big difference.
Yeah. I think Newcastle getting Champions League again, so that would be 2 in 3 years. Like that would be big for them, especially now they have a cup. They could be like a team that kind of goes up and competes, because they obviously have the back in there now as well, that goes and competes now for the next few years. And if they obviously add to the squad, then they could be in contention in, say, 2 or 3 years.
It could be. It could be 100%. Guys, we reached 300 likes. I want to thank everyone that joined us. I'm not going to stay for longer than this. I've been here for 2 hours talking all things Liverpool. I have not reacted yet on the Rational League of yesterday, where a lot of people said that we give a lot of excuses to Arsenal. and we were so harsh on Liverpool. We didn't actually do this, and I know that we have been here for 2 hours. I'm not sure if people in the chat want us to reflect on that yet or not. I know if Jimmy has to go. I was planning to do this on my own.
Yeah, I can hop off.
Yeah, it's okay. But I'm actually gonna finish the stream because I've been here for 2 hours and I have another stream actually with the guys lately. Later, guys, we have Hussam with one of the most shameless panels you guys have ever seen. George, Shez, Wolfie, oh my God, Hussam, and Ashraf. But big up German Chicken Wing, late but always great. I was gonna end the show. The only way possible not making Champions League is Dian getting injured because we would have no senior left back, center backs left. To be honest, do you want my honest truth, Jamie? I actually want City to make Champions League.
Why?
It's good for Champions League. I'm a neutral. I want the best for the Champions League. I want the best teams in the Champions League.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, well,
I want to see Pep Guardiola in the Champions League.
I think City, if they get away with the 115 charges and then they don't get Champions League, then if they get away with the charges and they don't get Champions League, at least a little bit of justice. A little bit of justice.
I'm not sure. If they get away with the 115 charges, it's up to them. But,
yeah, I suppose.
Anyway, listen. Thank you, everyone that joined us. This was a great and a fantastic stream. Jamie's story channel in the description. What do you got coming? Do you do live shows at all?
I do live stream. I do watch alongs for Liverpool matches,
Yes.
and then I just do videos. But yeah, now slowly growing the channel, the football story.
But also, I know that you work with Live Score.
Yeah, I work with Live Score, Squawka. We've done some stuff with TalkSport.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah,
great work.
Yeah,
great work.
Bro.
Anyway, we'll see you guys. This will redirect you to Tom Little, guys, where he's doing his rant on Trent. So go and support him later at 1:30 UK time. Hussam with the rest of the panel, and I think it'll be great. We'll see if we can get Jamie there. We'll see. And
Cool.
I will let you guys go. We're out of here, people.
Cheers, guys.